Hey guys, today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the bowspring and just really go over some of the fundamental principles of the practice, a little bit of an intro to what the bow is about. So really the way that I think of it is it's this very wavy, curvy alignment, and if we look at the body, there's going to be continuous expression from the tip of the toe to the crown of the head, a peak and a valley, if you will, a hollow and a mound, kind of a spherical shape, and then more of a spooling shape. And so if you follow this formation, nature will give you a beautiful outline of the form. So we think wavy, curvy for one. So getting away from linear thought and coming from a modern postural background, modern postural yoga background, which is where I came from, started teaching in 2007. And so coming from Bikram to Vinyasa style practice, more traditional Vinyasa, then to Anusara, and now here with Bowspring, my background has allowed me to have a viewpoint from all of these other alignment systems. So with that being said, the previous alignment systems were much more linear and I would say much more static, where you were holding poses, where the Bowspring incorporates quite a bit of pulsation and more of what I would say dynamic movement, where you're pulsing and you're moving in the body in each posture, as opposed to holding in a more kind of straight, linear, statuesque expression. So curvy formation, wavy, dynamic. It's a fitness method that I would say is an evolution of yoga, and so it's one of the main selling points for me is it's ergonomic. It's something that we can apply in every day, and that's where I find it to be the most useful, is when we can bring this practice into our bodies, and the everyday movements, our repetitive, recursive movements. These are particularly the ones that will cause pain and misalignment in the body when they're done perpetually over and over again, day in, day out. So applying this particular alignment in the body will provide a very therapeutic benefit, ergonomic, it's functional, it creates uniform tone. That's another thing that I can say we didn't really focus upon when I was teaching modern postural yoga, more of even Anusara. We weren't really necessarily focusing on the tone of the body being equal, and that's where the joints have stability. If one side is doing all the work and then the other isn't supporting that, then there is imbalance, and this is not sustainable. The uniform tone is one of my big selling points to this practice, because it's logical. It makes perfect sense. Why would you want one side stressing and the other side not engaging? It just doesn't create a supportive, sustainable environment. So another benefit to the bow in that way. So it's wavy, curvy, dynamic, ergonomic, therapeutic, athletic. Because of the uniform tone and focusing on this wavy formation, we get a lot more power for propulsion, for doing any kind of really athletic endeavor. I just can't think of anything that it wouldn't apply to. Good stuff. So what I'd like to do is I just want to show something simple, like a comparison of, let's say, downward facing dog to crouching cat. And you can see for yourself that the posture of the bow is a posture of readiness. And the posturing of downward dog, in my opinion, has a bit more of a heavy energy. It's not so alert and ready to spring forth. So let's just give it a show and see what you think. So I'm going to come over here, and first I'll demo downward facing dog and see if I can do it here to the best of my ability, as you would in more of a modern postural yoga class. So, traditionally the tailbone would go down. You would be reaching the heels towards the earth and working on a straight leg, which oftentimes will ultimately pull the tail down. However, that being said, I know other yoga teachers are incorporating more of a knee bend, but the traditional alignment of down dog and what you'll see in most modern postural yoga classes is something like this, where the heads of the arm bones drop, the tail is going down, and the energy is very much going down into the earth. It's not like a buoyant, upward, revitalizing, energizing alignment, in my opinion, once again. So moving to crouching cat, think posturing of readiness. We go long and strong, and we create a full body tone from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. And the heart and the central channel, we start with the central channel from pelvic floor to crown, and filling the circumference of the ribs, which we call radiant heart, there's a buoyant energy and a reach even forward. And then this becomes very light and springy and dynamic. So we have much more spring-loaded, hence the name bowspring, posterior engagement, and posturing of readiness. It's open, we have uniform tone, there is balanced energy, and a wavy formation. Much more dynamic, much more functional. So that would be just a little view as to how one comparison to the other. And it's just, to me, I'm always going to seek the most therapeutic alignment system available. That's why I studied on Asara before finding, the bow, as Desi and John began to develop this method. It makes sense. It's logical. I can really get down with that and get on board with that. Also, you can see it in my own body, the transformation from previous videos when I was down in Costa Rica to now. So, it's beyond the physical. Obviously, there's much more benefit emotionally, psychologically, and a lot, full encompassing holistic experience. So, check out the website. We have Global Bowspring. I'm coming to you from Vital Bowspring, the home of the Bowspring in Denver. Woo woo! So any of you Denver folks should come down and take some classes. And on the surf bow end, we're doing our retreat in Costa Rica. So please check out surfbow.com and Global Bowspring, which is our global website for the bow. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll keep some more coming. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.